What's up? This is all from a phone, and this is not the Corolla. You guys saw my last video. Danger Will Robinson, Danger Will Robinson, Kabloomy, Pow, Tap Tap Tap, all the above. Corolla's done. And when I mean by done, I just mean the motor's done. So this is the plan for the Corolla. The Corolla, right at this moment, I could be ghetto and try and take the caps off and see what the damage is on the journals for the crankshaft and try to ghetto rig this thing. I've seen some ghetto rigs before where they take sandpaper, like a 400 grit sandpaper, and then they go 400, 600, 800, 1000, like, you know, try to get it fine to get the journal surface smooth again. When I start taking the motor apart, I'll show you guys what people usually do, but I was like, you know what, the Corolla deserves better than that. I spoke to my dad, and my dad is like, dude, you need to take that motor out and do it right. You know, don't just slap it together. That motor deserves a little better than that. So he's right. You should always listen to your parents. Good advice. But anyway, luckily, guys, my dad's a really good man. He just acquired a minivan from my grandfather. So my dad said, hey, I'll give you the minivan, you can drive the minivan, take the motor out of the Corolla, rebuild the motor, and yeah, that's the plan for right now. So I'm gonna have a whole lot of content for you guys in the near future here. So my plan with the motor is take the crank out, replace it with a new crank, see what the condition of the rods are. More than likely I'm gonna buy a rebuild kit. Rebuild kits for these cars, guys, are actually not bad at all. I found some for like about 250 bucks. The rebuild kit comes with pretty much every gasket the motor has inside of it, every bushing, like everything. It's pretty cool. Like, it comes with a head gasket. So my plan, if I can start doing some performance stuff with it out, I will. But I just want to rebuild the engine, probably from the short block down. And for the head, I was thinking about doing a full head build. So sending it out, getting it ported, doing a valve job, doing valve train, you know, valve springs, retainers, cams, like doing a whole lot. So like I said, there's gonna be a lot of content. It should be fun, honestly. It should be fun, but I kind of need you guys' help. I'm gonna put up a link for donations, guys. This is my hobby. This is my side thing, and that was my daily. Like, the Corolla was my daily, and I pretty much risked my daily for the channel. So I kind of need your help. If you guys can in any way help me out with a donation and see this build move forward, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm not the type of dude to be asking for handouts, but I love this channel, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content of this channel. I know I haven't been on the channel for a while, but there have been some other circumstances that I couldn't be on there. But I mean, I'm ready to do some stuff for the Corolla. There's a lot of things that are gonna need to go into this Corolla. I'm gonna have to buy an engine stand. I'm gonna have to buy a hoist, a cherry picker. Like, there's a lot of things that go with the cost of removing an engine that I just don't have. So yeah, so I'll leave a link. If you guys want to support the channel, you can. If you don't, I understand. It's just gonna take a lot longer, me trying to do this by myself. And yeah, I figured, you know, if you guys are watching the content and you want to support, you guys can support me on rebuilding this motor. So, like I said, guys, I'm more than likely this week gonna start purchasing stuff to rebuild this motor. But it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. I've never rebuilt a 2ZZ. I've rebuilt other motors of 350 Chevys. I've rebuilt, like, you know, engines, Hemis. I've rebuilt motors before, just not a 2ZZ. I've never had the need to. So what I want to talk to you about what happened and why my 2ZZ failed, because this will probably help you later on, so you can avoid, you know, blowing your engine. Okay, so quick backstory. I was supposed to do an oil change on Sunday for my car. I was doing both cars, my wife's car and mine. And dude, honestly, I was like in my head saying, I need to do this oil change. I need to do this oil change. I need to do this oil change. Wifey wanted me to do some pressure washing outside the house, so I was like, you know what? I could do the oil change on Monday. So then I neglected to do the oil change for the Corolla, which I should have done it. But the Corolla leaks oil, okay? And I typically check my oil, and I'd been running the car without checking the oil. So I'm 100% sure that my oil was literally down a couple quarts, maybe even 2 or 3 quarts. So if you look at the oil pan, guys, the oil mostly sits to the right of the motor. Okay, so like if you're sitting in the driver's seat of your car, the oil sits to the right of the car because that's where the oil sump is. Okay, now what happens if you have low oil and you're like in my case, I was making a U-turn, all that oil is gonna slush to one side. Okay, so if I would have been making a left-hand turn, I probably would have been all right. No, I'm sorry. If I was making a right-hand turn, I probably would have been all right. But I was making a left, a U-turn. I was making a left, and so pretty much what happened in my case is I made that U-turn, and as I was turning, I hit the gas and got the car up to a very high rev and starved that one bearing for oil because, one, I had low oil, two, I was pushing all the oil to one side of the engine, and kabloomy. That's what happens. So guys, the importance of checking your oil is especially if you have a leak, is very important for this motor. Very, very important. I should know better because I'm a mechanic, but you know what they say, mechanics usually drive POSs. My car is not a POS, but you as a mechanic neglect what you have and take care of other people's cars. I don't know why it's that way, but almost all the mechanics that I know, it's the same thing. They they neglect their own car, but they take care of everybody else's. So that's what happens. I just neglected the car, and I'm paying the price now. So anyways, so yeah guys, the importance of checking your oil is paramount. Like, you have to do it, especially if you are losing oil. Okay, learn your lesson from me. Do not run your car high RPM. Like, if you're losing oil, drive like a normal human being. It's very difficult to drive like a normal human being with these cars because they are so fun to drive. I understand that, and I'm living that, so I know what it is to drive these cars and then try to hold yourself back from getting in it, because it's just a lot of fun to drive. Anyways, so that is what it is, guys. I am going to have to take this motor out, rebuild it, put it back in the car. There are some plus sides to that. You guys get content, I get more subscribers, and it's a whole lot of fun. So honestly, I'm kind of excited now about the Corolla, the build, because now I have another daily that I don't have to worry about this car being my daily. And yeah, it's a minivan, but whatever, bro. I was the type of dude that I said I would never drive a minivan, and look at me now. I have to drive a minivan because that's all that's available for me. But yeah, I had the Celica. The funny thing is, dude, things happen like that where life is funny that way. You have the opportunity to do certain things. I had the Celica, I had a motor. All I took from the Celica was the transmission, and I probably should have kept that motor and the transmission, because I know myself and I felt like something like this was gonna happen. It's just funny, dude. Like, I get rid of the Celica, maybe 2 months later my engine blows. Like, that's just how life is, and now I have to drive a minivan. Honestly, I feel like it's, you know, God trying to teach me a lesson. Anyways, I'm Christian. I believe in God, so if you don't, it's all good. But yeah, so I just think it's funny. But anyways, it is what it is, man. I can be mad about this, or I can just roll with it and enjoy the journey. So I am deciding to enjoy the journey, and it's gonna be fun. I've said that like a gajillion times already. I just like the fact that I'm gonna have content for you guys. It's hard to build up content for a channel and continue to build the content, but I just built some content at my expense. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said before, I'm gonna put a link to donations. It's probably gonna be a PayPal account or something like that. That's the only thing I got, guys. If I can come up with another way to do it, I'll do it, but it's probably what I'm gonna be doing. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace out.